A Bible story of faith. Today's Bible story is about David, a young shepherd boy who trusted God when everyone else saw only a giant. Stay with me and see how faith can bring victory in the hardest battle. Long ago, the Israelites were facing a great enemy called the Philistines. Their armies stood on one side of a valley, and the Philistine champion, Goliath, stood on the other. Goliath was huge, strong, and terrifying. Every day he came out and challenged the Israelites, mocking them and daring anyone to fight him. The soldiers of Israel were afraid. No one wanted to face Goliath. He was too large, too powerful, and too threatening. For many days, the challenge continued, and fear spread through the camp. At that time, David was just a young shepherd boy. He was not a soldier. He was not tall or strong in the eyes of men, but David had something more important than size or armor. He had faith in God. David had come to bring food to his brothers at the battlefield when he heard Goliath's insults. He was shocked that no one had answered the challenge. David asked why this giant was allowed to defy the armies of the living God. When King Saul heard that David was willing to fight, he tried to put his own armor on David, but the armor was too heavy and unfamiliar. David removed it, because he knew his strength would not come from human weapons. His strength would come from the Lord. David picked up 5 smooth stones from a stream and carried his sling. Then he walked toward Goliath in faith, not fear. Goliath laughed when he saw David. He mocked him and said the battle would be easy. But David answered with confidence, saying that the battle belonged to the Lord. David ran toward the giant, slung one stone, and struck Goliath on the forehead. The giant fell face down to the ground. David had defeated the champion of the Philistines, not by his own strength, but by trusting God. The people of Israel were amazed. What seemed impossible had been won through faith. David's courage reminded everyone that God is greater than giants, stronger than fear, and able to give victory to those who trust him. David and Goliath teaches us that no problem is too big for God. When we trust him, he can give us the courage to face what scares us and the strength to overcome it. David and Goliath teaches us that victory does not come from size, strength, or armor, but from trusting the Lord. If you are facing a giant today, remember that God is with you and the battle belongs to him.